All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to a breaking Vol Society Live. This is our Sweet 16 reaction as the Tennessee Volunteers has clinched their spot in the Sweet 16. Tennessee defeats Texas just a minute ago, 62-58, the final score. Welcome into Vol Society Live. My name is David Morrison. Like I said, we're going to go on here tonight, and we're going to celebrate. The chat room is open. It's just me tonight. Brad's not here tonight, but it's just me. So leave your comments, your questions. I'm going to go ahead and read all your comments and your questions. Let's just celebrate for a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and start reading some of your reactions. Crystal, Tyler, Laura, Jean, Bridget, Kevin, Ramona, Scott, man, they're coming in like crazy. Kim, appreciate everybody as Tennessee now moves on to the Sweet 16. Absolutely. Let's get that. There it is, the final right there, 62-58. Like I said, leave your comments, your questions. I'm going to read them off tonight. Let's just celebrate right now. Let's go ahead and see the first one. And that is going to be Mr. Kevin. Says, gave me a heart attack the whole game. Vol's defense was key. Indeed it was. And now I'm frozen up for some reason here. Hopefully everybody can hear me. My screen just froze up for a second. I think we're good now. There we go. All right, we're good. Anyway, so Tennessee wins at 62-58, the final score. Warren watching this says, yes, sir, VFL baby. Absolutely. Yeah. So Dalton Connect ended up with 18 points tonight. Jonas Adu with 11. Ziegler with 6. Toby Owaka had 10 points. Jason says, Adu catch a lot of grief. Some needed, but we don't win without him tonight. Absolutely. Adu did a really good job. Even when he was out for a little bit and had Owaka come in, and Owaka got in them early foul troubles, it was just he really helped out whenever he needed it. Becky watching us tonight says, man, that was a nail-biting game. It was all the way to the end, even after Tyreek Hunter hit that three-pointer. Tracy says, not our best, but a win's a win. Jody Watson says, clutch free throws down the stretch. Go Vols, absolutely. Especially from Adu, shooting only like 62% from the free throw line. Nailed both of them, and then Connect hit those last two at the end. Just a fantastic showing today for Tennessee. I mean, it was, obviously the 3 points was not hitting for us tonight. We were only 3 for 25 tonight, but, our inside presence really helped us out towards the end. Definitely so. Phil watching us, one of our regular viewers, says, oh, yeah, baby, Vols for life. Good evening, David and Brad. It's actually going to be me tonight there, Phil. Brad is tucking the little one in tonight, getting him to sleep. So, but he will catch the replay for us tonight later on. Like I said, we just come on here and celebrate. Man, we got a lot of people liking the page. Judy and Jeffrey and Heather and Mike and Lorna, our buddy Jared, Carrie, Jessica, Todd, Misty, Becky, Tracy, Kim. So thank you for everybody liking the page. We're going to try to read. Like I said, we'll be on here for a few minutes. Leave your comments, your questions. We're going to read it out tonight. And let's celebrate this win tonight. I don't really do a lot of post-game reactions, but hey, this is big for us. Back-to-back Sweet 16 appearances for the Vols since 2007, 2008. So it's been a little bit. But, it was a nice win for Tennessee. And, and especially for our Vol Society March Madness, people playing the March Madness game. A lot of people picked Tennessee. So y'all are still alive to win the Vol Society prize at the end of the tournament. So a lot going on there. But we'll go ahead and kind of run down the stats really quick here. Go ahead and pull everybody up here. So we'll just I'll just read them down really quick. Jonas Anu tonight, 4 for 12 from the field, 3 for 4 from the free throw line, including those 2 clutch free throws. Ended up with 11 points, a couple blocks, 4 rebounds on the night. Z-Dog watching this tonight says, go Vols. Go Vols. Back to you, Z-Dog. Dalton Connect, 5 for 18 tonight, 1 for 8 from three-point land, 7 for 8 from the free throw line. Big. That's huge right there. 9 rebounds tonight for him, 18 points altogether. Obviously led the team in scoring. Not a crazy 30, 40-point game, but hey, we'll take it there. Sakai Ziegler, 2 for 12 tonight, 1 for 8 from three-point, 1 for 2 from the free throw line. 7 assists, 3 steals, 4 rebounds. Man, and 6 points for him. Man, talk about Ziegler. It just proved tonight why he is SEC Defensive Player of the Year. Just had a fantastic game. Great showing for him the whole game. Very crucial throughout this whole game, keeping us in there and getting the win, along with Adu and obviously Dalton Connect. Santiago Vescovi, read his numbers really quick. Only 1 for 4, 0 for 3 from three-point land. Did pick up 4 rebounds, 3 steals for him, along with Ziegler, and 2 points for him. Decide Jordan James, 4 for 8 from the field, 1 for 3 from three-point land, 9 rebounds altogether, and 9 points to go along with those rebounds. And then some of our bench players will read here in a second. Chad watching us says, go Vols from Ohio. Go Vols. Back to you, sir. Tobey Awaka, 4 for 5 from the field, 2 for 2 from three-point land, 5 rebounds, 10 points, 1 block. Like I said, could have had a lot more. Unfortunately, those foul troubles really hurt him. But, hey, when he was out there, he was contributing. So I was proud of him. JP Estrella played. Did he end up accumulating some minutes? Has him enlisted. I guess he must have. But he didn't have any stats altogether. Jordan Gainey, 1 for 5, 0 for 4 from three-point land, 2 for 2 from free throws, 2 rebounds, 2 steals, 4 points for him. And then Jeremiah Mashak, 1 for 1 for 2 points, and 3 rebounds altogether. So Tennessee wins at 62-58. The final score. So now we move on to the Sweet 16 in Detroit, and we will get the winner of Creighton and Oregon. They are right now playing right now on TBS, I believe, and Creighton is up 36-34 at the half. So we'll keep an eye out on that. Tracy says low-scoring game. Yeah, very low-scoring game, which I guess you kind of expect that from Tennessee somewhat because, like I said, they're very defensive-minded, but, man, you was hoping they would at least put up some bigger numbers along the way. But, yeah, it was kind of a very physical game all the way around. But, Tennessee ends up hitting the clutch shots. I think the last 4 minutes really kind of cranked up. Ron watching us tonight says, Gary will sweet. All right. It indeed was. Yeah, like I said, keep those comments, those questions coming along the way. Give more shout-outs here. Shout-out to Dale, Kenny, Betty, Dorothy, Michael, Wade, on the Facebook page, Kelly, Tim, Mary, Johnny, Brian, Chad, Charlie, Sandra, and a bunch of others I can't read right now. And Annette leaving us a like on the Facebook page. Herb watching us says, the Vols defense was exceptional. We did not shoot well, but we pulled it out with some big free throws down the stretch. It is always great when your best offensive player doesn't shoot well, but the team pulls it off. Offense is variable, but the defense has to be consistent. Go Vols. Absolutely. I did not. I mean, I was texting Brad, and he said, talking about the 3-pointers, that was very crucial too. Ended up with 3 for 25. Got to improve that a lot better, and even some shots underneath the basket. We got better underneath the rim, but need to be a little bit more cleaner with that. But defense held up very well. Dwayne says, good job, go Vols. Camille says, my basketball coach always says defense wins games. Go Big Orange. You got a great coach, Camille. Ryan says we need to get more offense in DK. Need Triple J and Vescovy going. Yeah, there's a couple times I was not too thrilled with Triple J tonight, kind of passing up some shots, especially on a offensive rebound. He could have easily put back in, but end up passing it out. He did end up getting a. He did play a little bit, somewhat better, but he just kind of got lost in the shuffle. And that's just been the. It's just been the problem all season with our veterans. Dave watching this saying, "Go Big Orange." Phil says, "Missed a lot. Gimme." Yeah. 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 You got to get those gimme points all the way around, but yeah. Hey, hopefully we can improve on that and end up getting ready for Oregon or Creighton. And both are very tough to play. Let's see. Tommy Watson says, way to go, Vols. Way to go, indeed. Go, Vols. Continue your comments or your questions here. Got a lot of viewership here. I appreciate everybody. I know it's a late night, but we want to come on here and celebrate with y'all. Dave says every team that goes deep has a close W. Yeah. Very much so. Very much. Also want to give a shout out to our Lady Vols. They ended up picking up a win over Green Bay today, and now they will take on NC State. That's going to be Monday afternoon at 4 o'clock Eastern time on one of the ESPN channels. Ryan says, who do you think we got next, Creighton or Oregon? I think Creighton will probably pull out this win. Oregon has played very well, had a nice run in the Pac-12 tournament, defeating Colorado, but I think Creighton is a more balanced team. The Big East this year has kind of been a three-team race between UConn, Marquette, and Creighton. I just think the Blue Jays are a more significant team. Like I said, they're still at the half at their game, so it's going to be a fun matchup. Whoever we get. I just hope Tennessee just don't get in them slumps, the scoring slumps, and because I think both of these teams can really light us up compared to Texas. I mean, today's game with Texas was just two teams that have very similar styles of play. Let's see. Kenny says defense wins championships, but we need more offense against better teams. Definitely so. Or could be season over for us. Lee says, go Big Orange. A lot of offense tonight. A little defense tonight. Yeah, very much so. A lot of defense, a lot of physicality throughout the whole evening. But like I said, thankfully Tennessee came away with the win tonight on that aspect. Let's see here. Dallas says, go Big Orange. Watching us on Facebook tonight. Appreciate you. Let's see. The leading scorer for Texas tonight was Tyreek Hunter, excuse me. Oh, it's Tyrese Hunter. 13 points for him. Dessou with 12 for Texas. Abrams with 10. So, and then Weaver coming off the bench had 13 for them. So they had four guys in double digits tonight. A couple starters that ended up with just 2 points. So kind of shut them down. Cunningham had a 3-pointer, and that's all he had for Texas. So Tennessee is now 26-8 on the year. And I read somewhere today that this is now Tennessee's fifth 25-win season under Rick Barnes, which obviously is the most of any Tennessee coach we've had, even with Bruce Pearl. I think Bruce only had 3 25-plus win seasons with us. He does have a 30-win season with us. So, hey, that's the thing about Rick Barnes. Love him or hate him, he's racked up many wins for us. So now Rick Barnes now goes to 201 career wins at Tennessee compared to 100 losses along the way. Shout out to Chris, my Uncle Tim, Betty, Joanne, Pat, C. David, Ryan, and Annette. Leaving a like on the Facebook page. And Dallas and Ronnie and Stephanie and Dale. Kenny, Betty, Joe, Dorothy, and Michael. Hey, Brad is on. Finally got Says, how about those Vols? Indeed, how about those Vols? I guess the little Frank is now officially asleep. Brad said that he was trying to tuck him in. Indeed, we were just talking, Brad, about just happy that Tennessee got the win. Very a defensive minded game. Need to get a little bit better offensively, but proud of the physicality Tennessee put up along the way. Just happy for them for that. Tracy says the SEC is killing me in March Madness brackets. Kentucky and Mississippi say, yeah, the SEC has had a horrible NCAA tournament as of right now. There's only 3 teams left, and we're the first to advance to the Sweet 16. We'll have to see what Texas A&M and Alabama does, but yeah, Kentucky losing to Oakland, and Mississippi State. Lost to Michigan State. That was the very first game of the round of 64, and then Auburn losing to Yale. Just kind of a flat performance of the SEC in general. So right now we're kind of carrying the flag somewhat. Anthony says defensive travels. Yeah, very much so. Brad says the fact that we won with DK off and a lack of 3 pointers made Bose well. Yeah, very much so. Ryan says, and everything else too. Yeah, very much. Yeah, I mean, Dalton was still the leading scorer tonight with 18, but yeah, he didn't have kind of that dominating performance. Really not. Dalton. Well, Awaka was our best shooter tonight. Was 4 for 5. Like I said, the 4 fouls is what kind of hurt him in the long haul. And then nobody could shoot a 3-pointer tonight except for Connect and Ziegler. And James hit 1. So, yeah, we got to – 3-point shooting's got to really improve. It's just – Texas was 7 for 23, just kind of give you a comparison. So, obviously a lot better than what we did. Larry and Karen watching says, loving the Vols in Buck, Pennsylvania. Hard to watch tonight, but a win's a win, and on to the next one. Go Big Orange. Go Big Orange to y'all up there. Yeah, win's a win. We're surviving advance. It's just it's pretty much a gauntlet every year of March Madness. Survive and advance and moving on. Chris says, let's go. Let's freaking go. And Brad says, all that matters is we survive, baby. Yeah. Just survive and advance. And now we go on to Detroit and we meet the winner of Oregon or Creighton. Not sure exactly when. I believe it'll probably Thursday or either Thursday or Friday. I'm not quite sure. Well, let's see here. Actually, I can look it up really quick. Sorry, you got the internet, Dave. 2024 NCAA tournament. Here, I believe it's let's see. Let's see here. If anybody can help me off. Okay, everybody's saying Friday. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Larry and Karen and Phil. So Friday is in Detroit. Okay. That just saved me from Googling that. So Friday is the Midwest Finals. Okay, thank you. So it'll be probably a late game too, if I'm guessing. Brian says, I am second right now on the bracket in our group. Don't let your founder win this thing. No. Yeah, because we were in it. I'm doing terrible right now, but that's okay. Yeah, we're not ineligible. We're not eligible to win the grand prize. So somebody go up there and beat Brad at least. Y'all can beat me because I've got no shot in it. Dave says, how about Adu shooting 3 for 4 free throws down the stretch for 62% free throw shooter? Yeah, that was a huge moment towards the end of the game. Adu nailing them free throws and just the confidence of him nailing them. Yeah, and I'll give Texas credit. They did the right thing. And, they did the right thing and fouled him. But, yeah, just the confidence level right there. And that was very crucial. Let's see, what did Tennessee ended up with free throw wise? Let's see here. Tennessee was 15 for 18 from the free throw line, 83%. So great showing for the Vols there. Texas is a little bit better, 11 for 12 as far as percentage wise goes. But hey, got it. Veronica Watch, it says, I was a nervous wreck. Yeah. Yeah, we were too here at Vol Society. Yeah, and I know a lot of other Vol fans were the same way, so we're right there with you. Brad says, who thinks the Vols will go to the Elite Eight? Can we do it? You think we can beat Creighton or Oregon in the Sweet 16? Hasn't happened in a long time. 2008 last time. So, but it's uncharted territory for us. So, and like I said, this is kind of where, Rick Barnes, that's where he kind of struggles with March Madness, is those type of games. So let's see if we can pull it out here. Shout out to Daniel, leaving a like on the Facebook page. Allison, Chris, Jimmy, John. I think I already read Dallas. I'll give you another one. Phil says, yes, Brad Elite 8. Dave says, I feel Oregon will be a better matchup for us than Creighton. Thoughts? Yeah, I think so too. I know Oregon right now is kind of like NC State, who is in the Sweet 16 themselves. They just kind of got hot in their conference tournament and just riding that momentum. But I think if we physically can play them, we can hang in there. I think, like I said, I think Creighton's is a better balanced team than Oregon. So I agree. I think it'll be a better matchup for us. But once you get in the Sweet 16, you can't overlook anybody at this point. It don't matter if they're a number one seed or a Cinderella team. Everybody's kind of riding that high momentum, and you want to continue to pursue on and survive and advance. And then Ryan says, hoping for better, and Oregon's got some big bigs. Yeah. Very much so. I caught at my gym sometime this week. They got the Pac-12 channel or some Pac-12 streaming channel, and they were showing the highlights of pretty much the whole Pac-12 tournament. And that's kind of what I watched on the elliptical, and I noticed that too, that Oregon got a lot of big dudes on their team and had a really good Pac-12 tournament throughout that entire time. Brad says, how about the Vols representing the SEC? All the other teams were pitiful. Yeah, it's just a kind of a miserable run for the SEC. And right now, we'll see how Alabama and A&M does. Bama plays Grand Canyon tomorrow, and A&M plays Houston tomorrow. I mean, that's, we'll see how Alabama does against Grand Canyon. I think they can survive. I don't know about A&M against Houston, so it may be just Tennessee and maybe Alabama. I would love to be the only. In a way, I want to be the only SEC team in the Sweet 16, but then that's going to put a lot of pressure on the conference too. So we'll see there. Speaking of teams getting eliminated early, so do y'all think Kentucky will part ways with John Calipari? He's got a $33 million buyout. The Kentucky fans are now frustrated with him, especially some in the lack of March Madness wins. He's only got one national championship in Lexington. I mean, Brad is saying nope. I'm on Brad's side. I don't think they're going to get rid of him. I mean, he's got a lifetime contract with them, big buyout. Yeah, it's just I don't know. I just don't see it happening. Phil says yes, most definitely. So we'll see there. Brian says, I've seen some stuff on Facebook. Don't remember what page, but basically the post was calling out the SEC tournament for the reason all the SECs were having trouble in the tournament. And he says too big of a buyout. I want to get to Ryan's comment in just a second here. Dave says, did I read Cal only has one tournament win in the last 4 seasons? And Tracy says good at recruiting. Yeah, he's only got one tournament win in the last 4 years. 2 years ago, they lost to St. Peter's, team we just blew out this year, which I mean, that's two different teams in itself. Um, and then they lost to Oakland, and then I think was it the last year? I can't remember who they lost in round one, but then they lost the round two matchup. So, yeah, it's just been a tough March Madness for Kentucky. Uh, yeah, I think it's too big of a buyout. Going back to Ron's question about the SEC tournament, yeah, it's. I kind of took it as seeing a lot of these teams, you know, yeah, I kind of wonder this. I don't know, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist person at all. But I kind of wonder if a lot of these SEC teams just, especially the top three, were like, well, we're already in the NCAA tournament. You know, how I don't think we should take this tournament seriously. So we'll just kind of go in there. And if we win it, we win it. But if not, it's not going to improve our seeding at all or not. I know when Tennessee won it 2 years ago, it didn't help our seeding at all. Definitely didn't help Auburn out winning as a number 4 seed. So I know, I don't know what it would be. Honestly, but I think I really thought the SEC had really good depth in the tournament. With Mississippi State having a great run and Texas A&M having a great run, but it's very concerning just to see how they've done in March Madness. Um, yeah, so I don't blame them for calling these teams out, just their lack of effort, especially in the tournament, and now going into here. Thankfully, we're in the Sweet 16. Blake is watching us on the Facebook page. Says, "How's it even possible to shoot that bad?" I'm trying to figure out how we got the win, uh, especially shooting that bad. I don't know. It's just probably too much rush shots and not concentrating and running your plays and just kind of throwing anything up against the wall. Um, Ryan says, "Yeah, definitely thought Mississippi State was going to make a good run. I did too. I think I had Mississippi State at least going the Sweet 16. Actually, I had them losing in round two because I'm looking here on my bracket board at the house. Yeah, I had them lose. I had them beating Michigan State and then losing to North Carolina. I know some people thought they could make a run. A lot of people was kind of calling North Carolina frauds a little bit, thinking they would be the first number 1 seed to go out, but just not really worked out. But I mean, but Michigan State, I'll give them credit. They've been here or been in the tournament way too many times. Phil says it's how the committee wants to put you in the tournament. Yeah, I think this committee here, Phil, in my opinion, kind of got lazy a little bit with some of the teams they kind of put in. I mean, yeah, they put up some pretty interesting storylines, especially for us, having the Ziegler brothers in round one, and then Rick Barnes going up against his former team, which now he's met 3 years in a row, and going to meet many more years at Texas joining in July. Joining the SEC in July, but yeah, like even McNeese State. A lot of people thought McNeese State was going to be kind of that Cinderella team, but they put them up against Gonzaga, and they were quickly ousted. And then they ended up ousting Kansas. And then also, what I thought was kind of lazy too in the committee is they put 4 tournament conference champions in one bracket or one seating there with Auburn and UConn, Iowa State, and Illinois. So there's 4 champions right there. So just very, very, very strange. Of course, some of that may have to be with TV ratings and stuff, so you just never know. Brad says, I'm proud of ZZ. He played his butt off and made big plays and turnovers. Yeah, Ziegler was just fantastic tonight. Yeah, just one of his best games he's played at Tennessee, in my opinion. Even though he didn't have like a huge blowout points performance, but definitely did a fantastic job just what he can do. Ryan says weird as far as the committee goes, and I agree. It was just very odd. And we got a lot of shout out to Christopher and Ryan and Dave and David, and I think we read Daniel's already. Leaving a like on the Facebook page, and my mom. along with Gregory and Jimmy and John. I think we were at Jimmy and John's already, but hey, give them another shout out there. Very much so. Any other questions or comments while we're on here? Like I said, man, we got a great turnout tonight. This is more than what we normally do. So for those who are kind of new following in, so we usually do this show usually on Tuesday nights. We'll talk about mainly, right now we're talking basketball, but we'll talk college football, talk a little bit of college baseball along the way. And like I said, Brad says, we love our Vol Society fans. Thanks to everyone. So like I said, we usually do these shows on Tuesday nights. This is your chance, like what we're doing tonight. I'm reading all your comments. I'm giving you shout outs. This is your show. I'm just kind of feeding it off and kind of giving my 2 cents a little bit along the way. But yeah, so like I said, make sure if you're not subscribed to any of our social media platforms, make sure you subscribe to them. Like I said, normally, like this is normally our Tuesday night show, but we wanted to come on here and celebrate with y'all tonight, even a late night like this. Make sure you do that. We got over 40. I think Brad will help me out. Like 46,000 on the Facebook page, and I don't know how many we got on X and YouTube. We got about 1,000 there, but appreciate everybody. Lee says ZZ was definitely player of the game tonight with multiple assists. Yeah. He was great tonight. And guard play is so important in March Madness. And everybody's going to talk about Dalton Connect, and Dalton is he's got to be a key factor too. Excuse me, but it starts with the point guard and Sakai Ziegler. He's what's really going to set the tone for this team, and help everybody else can contribute and play a role if you want to make a serious run to the Final Four. Definitely so. Shout out to Dwayne leaving a like. Any other questions or comments before we wrap it up tonight? Appreciate like we done this. I just done this right out of the spur of the moment. Feeling very high and everything. Ryan says in Awaka, dude was physical in the paint. Wish he wasn't in foul trouble in the first half. Absolutely. I think if he didn't get them foul troubles, and a couple of them, he was going for a loose ball and got called for the foul. I think Awaka could have been your leading scorer tonight. Texas could not find a way to stop Awaka, he could have had 20 points tonight. Could have had a double easily. But yeah, those foul troubles, especially going after them 2 loose balls to get the rebound, which I appreciate the effort. Yeah, it's just could have got that. Could have cleaned it up a little bit, but makes me excited about the future for him. Dave watching says, first time I've tuned in live, enjoyed it, and appreciate you jumping on tonight. Well, thank you, Dave. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of our viewers tuning in. This is one of our biggest viewerships too. So like I said, please continue to tune in when we do go live if you have a chance, or catch our replays of our live streams and stuff. Like I said, we have our podcast during the football season with our founder Brad, myself, and the other David Dees, called Good Old Rocky Talk. Like I said, please just go find that on wherever you listen to your podcast. I know they're old episodes now, but we have a lot of fun with that. It's a lot more laid back and kind of cut loose a little bit more there. We've had some great interviews in the past. We talked to Eric Ainge a couple of years ago. We've talked to the Spanish voice of the Vols, Carlos Lopez, this year. And we've even on our page, we talked to Jawan Smith, we even talked to BJ Edwards just recently after the Kentucky game. So be a part of Vol Society. Make sure you like and subscribe to the page. And Ron says, I don't know about some of those calls. Yeah, but especially towards the end, they were really the first half, Ryan. Them refs were not calling anything. And then finally started calling a little bit here and there. And then at the end, it was just kind of a free for all. There should have been a push off foul on Max Abrams when he hit the 3, but didn't get called. And thankfully it didn't hurt us along the way. I know there's been some controversy with some of these games, with going back to the other night with Kansas and Sanford, a block that was called for a foul and helped Kansas get the win. And then we got our wonderful friends in Gainesville complain about their game against Colorado, and well, they can talk all they want to down there, anyways. But yeah, it's just been, you know, I did agree with some of the calls they did tonight, but yeah, there were some that's just kind of wacky. But anyways, yeah, and Ryan's agreeing about the Kansas one. Yeah, Sanford should have went on to the next round, but thankfully Gonzaga got rid of Kansas very easily. I had Sanford winning that one and pulling the upset. Didn't happen. Should have happened, but oh well. Don't have to see Kansas now. May have to face Gonzaga in the Elite Eight, though. And Ryan agrees. But yeah. Any others? Man, we're still doing good on viewership. Shout out to Brandy leaving a like on the Facebook page. I love it on the Facebook page, and Lee and Travis. Ryan says we can take them. Take Gonzaga. I think so too. I mean, I hadn't got to saw a lot of Gonzaga this year. I saw their game against Kentucky, and then one of those 8:00 games that Tennessee played that I caught a little bit of, like they're playing St. Mary's, or who had to be St. Mary's, I think. And yeah, just kind of a weird down year for them a little bit, but still, still very tough. Brad says, great show. Must be excited about Vol Society. Absolutely. Like I said, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. We're getting late. I appreciate everybody tuning in at the last moment. Come on here to celebrate. Like I said, we will be live. We might, you know what? Let's continue to, we'll start, let's go back. We'll have another Vol Society live this Tuesday night at 8:00. We will preview whoever we're playing in the Sweet 16. So like I said, come on this Tuesday night at 8:00. I'll send the notification out. Make sure if you're not subscribed to the Facebook page, YouTube page, our X page, make sure you subscribe to it. Like the page. We do these live streams on Tuesday nights, and just come on, hang out, let your voice be heard. We'll give you a shout out there. Dave says, Zags lost to St. Mary's twice this season. I was surprised about Kansas. And thank you, Phil. Appreciate it for tuning in, being a loyal viewer of ours. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you for everybody coming in here. It's getting late, but appreciate everybody. Be kind to each other, and thank you for being a part of Vol Society. We will talk to y'all this Tuesday night at 8:00 as we have a Sweet 16 preview. Come all, come one, and yeah, we'll talk to y'all next time. Have a great night, and go Vols.